What's up mga dre? So, welcome back to my channel, and today's episode is all about me reviewing the 1-year performance of Suzuki Raider 150 Fi that I purchased last year. So, let's begin with the shoutout.
Gerald Esteban and Boaz J. Carmoto, 18, a Sniper 150 user.
Gabdel Rosario. Shoutout again to Nino Rico Amancho, Ken Punzalan, and the last but not the least, kay Melvin J. Alcalde. For maintenance, what was done to my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi? Nothing much. It's all about changing the engine oil of my motorcycle and the oil filter. That's all for me. About engine modifications or maintenance, I haven't done any as of this time because I'm not getting or experiencing any difficulties riding my motorcycle so far, and the performance is still at its best. So I can definitely say the maintenance shouldn't be done as of this time, but to make sure that my motorcycle is in good running condition, I'll be doing the maintenance next month, and I'll be providing you feedback, guys, if there's any conditions that needs to be replaced. So to begin with, the first, let's talk about maintenance. I have positive, negative, and neutral reviews for Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. So I'm saying that this is a neutral one because these are the components of the motorcycle that is wearing off. So the first one that I am experiencing that is wearing off is the air filter. So imagine after a year of service, my motorcycle or my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi gets a lot of dirt from the outside, and the air filter is actually serving its purpose. So the next one that I can include in my neutral review is the idle of the motorcycle. The first time that I received my unit, the idle was around 1,500 RPM, and after a year of service, the idle of my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is now at 1,000 RPM. So basically, that's a normal thing that you shouldn't be worried about because some of the components of the motorcycle is wearing off. That's why the idle is becoming low. That's all for the neutral reviews of the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. So let's move on now to the positive one. So to start with, number one is the engine. So after a year, I'm not hearing any unnecessary sound coming from my engine or my crankcase. So that's what I usually observe when I'm riding my motorcycle, because any unwanted noises coming from the inside is definitely a no-no. And the next positive thing that I'm experiencing with my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is the headlight. The headlight still turns on and still not busted after a year of service. So I can include it as a positive review for my motorcycle. The next one is the front shock. The front shock, well, to be honest, most of the motorcycles are having issues with the front shock, especially when you're using the front brake most of the time. By doing so, you will encounter issues with your front shock, like the O-rings, the dust ring, and the fork oil. That will require you to replace it or have a new one because it's already worn out. But for me, my front shock still delivers at its best, and I can definitely say it's fully functional as of this time. Another good thing that I am noticing is the chain and sprocket. This one is a positive for me because the chain and sprocket still on its great condition, and after a year of service, there's no need for me to replace it. And another positive review for my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi after a year of service is the clutch plates. The clutch plates are still intact and very thick as of this time because I just opened my crankcase and it appears that, well, I can definitely say that it's like a brand new thing. So I'm checking it because I don't want my motorcycle to be to experience a sliding clutch, and that will definitely affect our the performance of our Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. So the last positive review or comment that I'll be dropping is the, well, of course, the performance. The performance of the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi after a year of service is still awesome. The awesomeness of my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is astonishing. Well, I'm saying this because I'm not experiencing any power loss or such that affects the performance of my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi, and maybe because I'm just well maintained with my motorcycle by regular change oil and regularly changing the oil filter, checking the spark plugs if it's already dirty. All you need to do is clean the spark plug by brushing it off. Well, of course, by making sure that the battery of your motorcycle still work on its best or great condition, because any power loss with its electricity, that will definitely affect the performance of your motorcycle. So those are the things that I am experiencing or noticing after a year of service of my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi, and those are the positive ones. So let's move on now to the most awaited and most exciting negative feedback or review for the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. Alright guys, let's wrap this negative review or comment for the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. So start with, this is actually the favorite issue, that's why I'm commenting it first for the negative review, and it is the monoshock or the rear cushion. This part of the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is really devastating. It broke my heart. You know what, guys? Because this monoshock or rear cushion is really bouncy, and imagine having you a back ride, even a slim body condition, it really goes up and down. For me, this is a big no-no, guys. You know what? Because whenever that you're riding your Suzuki Raider 150 Fi on a concrete road that has a lot of cracks, and try to drive through that cracks, even a small cracks, but there's a few, you will experience a huge power loss. Try it, guys. I can definitely say that you will experience the same thing that I'm experiencing while doing so, because the rear cushion or the monoshock of the Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is very bouncy, and that gives a lot of difference when it comes to speed. That's actually the downside of the underbone motorcycle. Unlike the level of the GSX-R 150, those are the different thing. Those motorcycles can actually absorb the rugged road conditions when riding the motorcycle. So let's move on now to the second negative review or negative feedback that I'm going to give with my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is the heat. The heat coming from the radiator fan. Well, as you can see, guys, I know this is a normal thing, but imagine the heat coming from the radiator is very devastating to your legs, especially during traffic or you're in an idle state. So this is a bit irritating for me riding my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi, because even if you're wearing a pants, you will still feel or experience the heatness or the hotness of your Suzuki Raider 150 Fi radiator. So the last negative review or feedback that I'm going to give to my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi is, well, actually this is one of the favorite issues of the Suzuki Raider 150 carb and Fi users. The chain that keep on smashing on the swing arm. You will experience this issue in a daily basis if you're using the motorcycle daily, and you will encounter this during bumpy roads or you're driving through a humps. So the reason behind this issue is because of the length of your swing arm. The length of your swing arm is a bit long, and that will also gives you a long chain. So even after you adjusted the chain tension to tighten up the chain, most likely this will give you the same thing or the same issue. And to add it up, using a chain tensioner will not gonna solve the issue. So that's sad. So guys, that's pretty much it for me. Those are my reviews after a year of service of my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. This is an honest review coming from me because I don't want to provide misinformation about our motorcycle. So thank you for watching, guys, and listening to my stupid voice. And I hope to see you in my next vlog. Stay tuned because there's a lot more coming from my Suzuki Raider 150 Fi. So, ciao.